welcome to Book Talk with Diana. Today we're going to talk about a couple of books for children. They're going to be picture books, recommended ages about 6 to 12, and they're going to be talking about things that could equate to things that are going on in our everyday world today. Our first up is called The Undefeated, and this is by Kwame Alexander, and it is illustrated by Kadir Nelson. This came out in 2019. This is a poetry picture book that showcases Black America, and it showcases the good as well as the bad. It talks about racism, slavery, talks about Black Lives Matter. It points out all of those things that are going on in the past as well as today. Um, it focuses on people who made a difference in Black America, and whether that be heroes or if it's everyday people. The poetry, along with the watercolor art, makes for a dynamic portrayal of Black America. There was one page spread that was all white. The page was all white, and leading up to it was talking about the people who have survived America. And then it says, and those who didn't. So you got this all white with just those lines, and those who didn't. That was profound to me. It was a profound book. It's inspiring. It teaches while it entertains. And as I said, the artwork is simply amazing. Look at that. That's one of the pages. Then there's a page in here. Here's Martin Luther King Jr. And then there's this one here, just talking about everyday children in America. So I love the artwork. This book could be used if you're speaking on Black history or diversity or anything along those lines. You can have your children color pictures of the people that are talked about in this book, or you could use it as a discussion time to see what they learned from it. So again, this is a highly recommended book. I loved it. Look forward to some more from him. Our next book that we're going to talk about is also a really, really good book, picture book. And this one is more so based on something that really did happen. And it's called Let the Children March. And it's Monica Clark Robinson, and it's illustrated by Frank Morrison. And this came out in 2018. This one is the story of the 1963 Birmingham Children's Crusade, and it's as if it was told by a young girl who's fictional character who volunteers to march. And Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. organizes a peaceful march for May 2nd as a protest against the Jim Crow laws, and children all volunteer to march so that their parents wouldn't lose their jobs. It talks about how they jailed 973 kids, and then the next day it was more on the next day. And no matter how many kids were getting arrested or things that were going on, the kids were heard, and change obviously does finally come. Now, with this book, the illustrations are amazing. It's like an oil painting medium that was used to illustrate these pictures. They're vibrant and they're very detailed. I mean, you could just see how detailed the pictures are in here. The words flow like poetry too. It's like after I was sprayed by water stronger than anything I've ever felt. Rough hands pushed me forward and I fell to my knees in the police wagon. I was going to jail. The story is especially diverse. Children can learn about this movement through the courageous account of what happened, and you can take it into account to things that are going on right now with marching. It's an excellent book choice if you're discussing diversity. If it's paired with another book about racial injustice or racial anything, like I said, you can pair this with The Undefeated if you're doing a story time. There could be a discussion, what's similar, what's different, what did they do, how could you do that today, and talk about ways to get justice and stand up for yourself and stand up for your beliefs. So, again, that's Book Talk with Diana. Just a couple books today, little short video, and hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.